They once called Houston the place where 17 railroads meet the sea, and a train appears on our city seal as a symbol of progress going back to 1836. But today we are talking about rail service for the future, and we are announcing the preferred site of the Houston Passenger Station for the Texas Bullet Train. This bullet train will bring to Houston a safe, productive transportation alternative between Houston and Dallas, one that doesn't involve dealing with traffic snarls and rush hour. It's a new industry. It provides new jobs and business opportunities, which I will detail in a moment. And now we know the plan calls for a station location in a high-growth area with easy access to employment centers such as the Galleria and downtown. It will revitalize underused property, boost economic growth, and creating a robust market for new shops, restaurants, entertainment, hotels, condominiums, and other development. It will offer convenient, efficient, and direct access for passengers to and from Metro and other local transportation systems. And Texas Central will fund infrastructure improvements in the area surrounding the station. In my first year as mayor, I called for a paradigm shift in transportation. To guarantee mobility is our growing region, we have to do more than just build roads for more and more privately owned vehicles. This project is a huge part of that shift. The bullet train will create 10,000 jobs per year during construction, which will probably start in 2019. It will start in 2019. You know? And up to 1,500 permanent jobs. According to our agreement, at least a third of those jobs will be right here in Houston. For those of us who are native Houstonians and for those of us who have been in the city for a long time, you know that Northwest station on the mall has been pretty much kind of dormant for a long time, far too long. And everyone's been trying to figure out what's the next step. Well, this not only is a small step, this is a huge step. And not just for the Northwest Mall location, but for the entire quadrant, that whole Northwest quadrant, and quite frankly, for the entire city of Houston and the whole region. It will have a remarkable effect that will go far beyond just that geographical area. Whether you're on the northwest side of town, that whole quadrant on to the north or to the south, things will be totally revitalized just by the presence of that area. The city and Texas Central plans to collaborate on a rural minority, women, and small business enterprise program for all kinds of work on the project. So it's just the beginning in terms of the benefits that will flow from it. And even before operation, the Houston station is expected to provide $12 million in local sales taxes to the city for the ramp-up phase. And I want you to envision that station, the transit-oriented development that will take place around that station, the hotels, the condominiums, the restaurants that will sprout up from that station. And Karen, I want us to envision the connector between that station and downtown, and then envision
I do envision that, yes, sir.
But don't stop the vision there. I want you to envision that connector to the airport and to the different areas, you know, as we go on a transformation, reformation in the city of Houston. We are moving to a new phase in this city. And this station, this bullet train, is a game changer. And we cannot limit the scope or its magnitude. So between Houston and Dallas, two major cities that will continue to be the economic driver for the state of Texas. I look forward to partnering with Dallas. We all look forward to partnering with Dallas as this train goes to Dallas, brings many of those people from Dallas to Houston to stay, and head back for more over and over again 90-minute ride as they leave from Dallas coming to Houston, and the area just explodes. And then on top of that, being in that Northwest Station, it can only benefit Houston and Harris County at the same time. So very, very proud. We either go big or we go home. And we go after what we need, not what we find just expedient. At the end of the day, when all is said and done, I want us to be able to say we went for what we needed and not just what was expedient, and trust the voters to ultimately decide. Bear in mind, we are now in the post-Harvey era when so much of our city and the region was underwater. This is such a game changer that it will continue to attract people from all over the globe right here to the city of Houston. It will keep the city of Houston right there in the front of people's minds in terms of transportation. As Drayton indicated, you don't have any high-speed train like this in the country. So this, for it to exist between Houston and Dallas, first, is major. And we always have to put ourselves in at the competitive forefront, and this will do it. Let's not underemphasize. When we're talking about 10,000 jobs being created per year, that's a lot of jobs. And all of the other activity that will flow from it. It does push us forward in connecting the Northwest sector with downtown to the airport. So let's, if you look at it as a whole, this is a game changer for our area. It gives us a distinct competitive advantage with many other areas across the country, and it will continue to put Houston out front where we always need to be. And then it demonstrates, even in the post-Harvey era, people are still willing to invest between $13 to $15 billion of their money, not the city's money, not the public sector money, but of their money in our state and specifically in this particular region. That's huge. That's huge. And I really don't think we fully can articulate the benefits that will flow from it. So it's a major, major moment for our city, okay? The only thing we ask is that we start building in 2019 and it be finished before.
Before we get to next Super Bowl.
Before the next Super Bowl comes, let me put it that way. I certainly want to thank all of you. Want to thank, my entire team who've been working on it. Andy and so many, many others been working on it. Susan, thanks for helping out on this project. William Paul, council members. Senator Miles, certainly want to thank you. Do you want to make some comments? Because this thing certainly could have been stopped at the legislative level. Well, stay tuned. Who knows? Who knows what can happen? But again, this is only beginning. Thank you all so very much.